Start with Damon Calhoun.
Hey, Damien. And everybody else, hello.
As you look at this performance, 5 goals, no goals allowed. Is this say one of your cleanest performances this season?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think we allowed a shot on goal, which is, good transition defending, guys working hard to get between the ball and the goal. Even in our set defending moments, we did a good job of keeping the ball out of dangerous areas. And when they got to dangerous areas, we had bodies between them and the goal, and it was hard for them to get any clean looks on goal. So, yeah, I thought it was good. Really, pleased with, again, the response over the course of this week and coming into this match. It was a big match for us, and the guys responded really well. And first half was a little bit bogged down. They had a lot of numbers kind of underneath the ball and a little bit lower, and I felt like we weren't building enough speed to really kind of penetrate and to break it down. But we were able to get the set-piece goal, which is fantastic. And then they had to make some decisions at halftime of whether you're going to start releasing guys out to press the ball or are you going to hold numbers still in low and behind it. And we did a good job of being patient in the right moments and then being vertical and being direct and really attacking with numbers at the right moments. So I thought, the short answer is I thought it was a very clean performance and probably one of the best. I can't remember all 34 at this point, 35 now. So, but it was definitely one of the best ones, I think, and at a good time. So hopefully we can build off of this. We're gonna have a tougher Colorado team in Colorado. We know that coming on Friday, and so we've got to be prepared and not think that we did anything more than just win one game tonight.
Greg, looking at John Nelson's play, maybe he was a little more advanced on that left-hand side, but getting his first ever MLS goal in this game. But he's really come along in the second half and how he's progressed. What'd you see out of him tonight?
Yeah. John's always, since we got him early days, I felt like I wanted him to come out of his shell a little bit. He was kind of there, solid defender, good at passing, but always kind of pretty conservative about his approach to things. And I think just more time with us in the system, more time getting back to being on the ball more versus maybe a pressing system, just being on the ball and whether that's a little bit wide and higher up the line or in other positions. I feel like he's just gotten more and more comfortable over the course of the season. He's a very mature defender and choosing his moments and reading plays, which is one of the things that's been really nice for us too. It's just he's been solid in the absence when Julian got injured of just giving us a lot of mature, solid defensive work, and I think he's grown into the attacking roles. And today we ended up putting him just a little bit higher, and there were times where I would like him to be just a little more aggressive. You can tell he's a touch hesitant, but what a finish. When he put it away from his left foot, I was thinking in my head, no, and then he curls it in with his right foot. I haven't seen that, I got to be honest. So, but happy for him, to get your first MLS goal on a playoff game like this is, I'm sure, one he'll remember, and he looked pretty excited about it.
Great, congratulations on the win. A couple of questions, if I may. The first one is you guys have not been very successful on corner kicks this year, and then Ricky takes a corner kick for the 9th or 10th time tonight and scores a goal on that. Can you talk a little bit about the change that you made there? And then the second question, we were talking earlier, you win this game 5-0. In the old home and away playoff series, it's done. Now you've got 2 more games where none of this matters, and just reflect on that a little bit and how you approach it and what does that mean?
Yeah, first the set pieces. Yeah, it was a great ball in. Dejan found some space in the goal. I mean, he wasn't that close to the goal, and it wasn't like he had any running momentum. I mean, it was just the ball had eyes. He put it in a great spot, and it found the back of the net. So good service. Sometimes with set pieces, there's a couple things. Is you got to get runners in the right spots, and you got to get the ball into the right position, and we certainly did on that one. I don't think we are what I would define as the best heading team in soccer, and so maybe why we aren't as successful all the time as maybe we'd like to be, but today we had one connect that found the spot where the player was, and Dan did a great job of finding the back of the net. Maya's gotten on the end of a couple during the course of the season. We were probably unlucky in a couple others, but the execution was good on that one, and we'll take it because it was timely to have 1-0 lead going into halftime. Gave us a chance to have a little bit of a different discussion if it would have been 0-0. So that was positive. As far as the format, to be honest, I was always a big fan of the home and away and the aggregate scoring. I feel like it always had purpose and meaning in the game no matter what, where a team could be up a goal and then somebody's having to push and then you have away goals, and there's always a scenario in which somebody is having to go after the game, and unless it's 0-0. But as soon as one goal happens, I feel like it was always somebody's having to push the attack, and also you have to defend because you can't just concede a bunch of goals. I felt like today, as it gets to 3, 4, 5, for them, they can think, well, we have another game at home and this doesn't really matter anymore. Not saying that they did, but they could. And for us, it's just this game is now behind us, and whatever we did today, it doesn't impact the next one. So it is what it is, and I liked it because I felt like as a coach, there was always these different scenarios and nuances that you were always having to prepare for and consider. But in the best of 3, you take this win, and now we have 2 games to win 1, and we'd like to do it sooner rather than later, but we have 2 games to win 1 to get to the next round, and that's what it stands for. It's just 1 game is what it means at this point. Yeah.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Just on the 2 brace scores, what did you like individually from their games? And then also, as a unit, they both assisted each other. What have you kind of seen from the combination of the 2 of them together?
Yeah, again, I think, when guys are on the move, our guys are very, very good at being able to play on the move, to make good runs for each other, to find the good connections, to get the timing right, things like that. Obviously, the first one for Dan was a set piece, but I feel like once the game opened up a little bit, and we have so many attacking weapons that on the run are so dangerous, and the different movements create space for each other, and it becomes very difficult to defend the waves of attack that are coming. And so, again, I think the more those opportunities present themselves, it's interesting for us for sure. I mean, the pass even that Gabe slips into Ricky, who's on the run, and the first touch that he's able to take and finish so quickly. And there were a lot of those scenarios. I actually think that in a few of them, if we make a better decision or execute just a little better, we probably have a couple more looks, real good looks at goal. But it was one of those days where we got ahead, and now they have to potentially extend themselves to press, where we were able to utilize the space underneath and behind and build some speed, and those guys certainly took advantage of that today.
Hi, Greg.
Hi.
It's been sports frenzy in LA,
Yeah,
and
totally.
today again, the Dodgers win, the Lakers win, the Galaxy wins. Just what does it mean to be a part of it and seeing each team supporting each other in the city?
I love this time of year, especially in these big cities with multiple teams who are all in kind of the playoff mode, or in basketball, it's this exciting start of a season and another great team, and there's just so much sports energy that is happening around, and that's what I think partly makes this time of year really special, especially for us soccer guys, is because the energy around just sports in general is high, and it's being covered and it's out there, and the teams, obviously, LA teams are typically supporting each other, not us and the other guys down the street, but everybody else. But I just think it's when the weather cools off a little bit, the field's a little dewy, and it's fast, and it's that special time of year as things kick off. So it's, I've been tuned into the World Series. I'm a bit of a baseball fan, and a long time ago I was a big Dodgers fan, and then that kind of faded out, but I like them again because they're in the World Series. But no, but I enjoy baseball. I played it for a long time, and so I enjoy watching it. I was watching it up until I had to start concentrating on my business today. But this is a great time of year for sports, and it's great for us to be in the playoffs right now. It's exciting.
Hey, Greg, congratulations on the win. The offense did their thing today, obviously, but the defense put in a shutout, and it's the first one in 7 matches. Can you talk to us about their performance, and perhaps Amiro Gottis and maybe why he came off at the end is maybe going to be ready for game 2? Thank you.
Yeah, I thought a couple things on the defensive side. I would say, one, in general, our use of the ball was pretty good. I mean, we minimized the amount of transitions we let them get into. When we did give up transition moments, I thought, again, where we were really good tonight, where I didn't think we were good against Houston, is we were right up underneath our possessions, where when the ball turned over, we were able to contest the ball right away. I felt like in Houston, we gave up too much space when the ball turned over to where we could first contest the exit pass. And today we were in better positions to slow them down and give our attacking players an opportunity to rejoin us and help us to defend as a collective unit. So I thought we were better in that situation. I thought Emmy was better in that specifically tonight. I thought he was a little bit too deep in the last game, and he has so much athleticism. I mean, it's on display always, just the speed at which he can cover ground and his confidence in one-on-one defending in open field. So getting him up and a little bit closer in those transition moments can really help us. And I thought the guys did a good job there, which meant we dealt with less things in sort of a set situation or in our half of the field or closer to our goal tonight, because we managed the ball better and we contested the initial transition better. And then we were able to protect our goal when we needed to. So I thought it was strong from everybody. So I give a lot of credit to all the group tonight, because I thought to get a shutout, everybody has to do their part tonight. And John didn't have to do a whole lot, which is even a better day, because he didn't have to make any saves that were unusual tonight. So that was good. The other question was Garces. I think he's okay. He's been managing a little bit of some stuff this week, and so I think it was more, I don't know if it was more cramping, or I don't think it was anything too specific other than just some stuff that we've been kind of managing with him over the course of the last week or so. I haven't heard anything other than that. So.
And one last question for Gilbert here.
Yep.
Thank you. Congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
Talking about performances, what do you think of today's performance by Pencil, and what are some of the things that you're going to talk to him in the upcoming game? Thank you.
Yeah, I think for Joseph and honestly for Joseph, Diego, anyone who kind of plays and spends time over on our left side, they do a lot of tactical work and a lot of running and a lot of defensive work for the group, and I think that's a job that everyone has to kind of take down. And today I felt like he was competent and good and fine in some of the possession moments. He made some good hard runs where he shows you again his speed and his directness, and all that stuff causes problems. He wasn't happy with how he finished the final product stuff today. I'm sure he'll be the first one to tell you he had 4 good chances and he should have done better with them. And part of the reason I slid him over to the forward position is because I just think sometimes goal scoring is just about confidence and just, composure in the final action. And I wanted him in transitions to maybe get one more chance or get a goal. Last week in Houston, he scored, and because of the way his luck is going right now, that goal gets called back for a foul that kind of happened before. So it's just, I think sometimes for him, it's just about confidence and finding the rhythm and being composed when you get into that final action. I mean, his ability to get there is unique because of his pace and his speed and how quickly he's able to transition and get behind. Not everyone can do that, so sometimes he gets a couple more chances a game than maybe anyone else would. I think for him, he would agree that he'd just like to finish those. Feel a lot better about the moment if he was able to, for sure.
And we'll transition to one question on Zoom.
Okay.
Sophie, go ahead.
Hello, Greg.
Hi, Sophie.
This is the most goals LA Galaxy have scored in a playoff match since 2014. Coincidentally, that was a 5-0 win as well. Of the 5 goals tonight, which one was your favorite and why?
Oh, man, that's a tough question.
Is that like asking which one of my children do I love the most?
Kind of. I mean, first you're challenging me to remember all of them, and not to say that like 5 is so many, that's not it, but I have to remember the details of each. I feel like there was an action, and it might have been the 4th, that just the combination play and the amount of linking up to each other and how it was just flowing forward and the different runs that were moving defenders, creating space, and the game was moving so kind of smoothly. And I just remember looking at the coaches after the goal, and I turned back and I was like, wow, that was a pretty good just collective action at top speed, which was really nice. I don't even remember who scored it, to be honest, but it was nice. I honestly can't remember, Sophie. You can't do that to me. So.
Congrats on the win.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for your time,
Appreciate
Greg.
it. All right, have a good night.
And next we'll be joined by LA Galaxy defender John Nelson.